The holidays are about spending time with your loved ones and creating magical memories that will last a lifetime. So whether it's family and friends you haven't seen in a while, or those who you see all the time, share holiday magic this season with an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
And hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra. Wow. I don't know how to start this episode because it's released on the 27th of December. So what do you think everyone's doing? They've eaten a lot of food, maybe a bit of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean,
relaxing, hopefully.
At this point, if I was to do a DNA test, I'd probably have more in common with a Stilton than a human, because I would have consumed a vast amount of cheese by this point.
Yeah. Is that your your luxury item?
Yeah, because cheese doesn't spike your blood sugar, so it's always good for a diabetic.
Oh wow. There's something you learn every day. A particular cheese is your favourite?
No, I like all the cheese. I like all the cheese. A cheese board is my favourite.
Cheese and a bit of chutney and crackers is good. Or
I like figs and grapes with my cheese, because that's the kind of guy I am. And a little glass of port. Because it turns out I'm 90.
Yeah. Well, can I say you're mid-40s yet, or are you still one away from that?
I'm a little way from, yeah.
I'm. You're not a little way from that.
I'm a year or so away from that.
You're closer than you think. Anyway, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all relaxing and have a great Christmas period. And we're in your ears just to relax and get you through the next few weird days of that time when no one's quite sure what day it is or what date it is or what's going on and what's happening.
Yeah, it's the Christmas New Year perineum.
I'm not quite sure, what goes on between that time or how many days are in that period. It always shocks me. I think, I've got no time at all, but really I have a week to do. Hopefully very little. This is the Roundup episode, the end of month Roundup episode for December. It is the final Roundup of the year of 2024. Not to be confused with the big yearly Roundup. Very different things.
Which will confusingly come in January.
Mid-January, just to really confuse you, because we've got a couple more sequels of 2024 to watch and review and get them out the door. So we are going to talk about what we've watched and seen and done in December 2024. Rich, what did we do in December 2024?
I can't remember. We watched Craven the Hunter. I can remember that one. And we've watched Elf on Disenfranchised.
Yes.
We've watched Dawn of the Dead, box set mentality.
Yes.
We put out The Holiday. We did our holiday disenfranchised Christmassy special from last year. We put out for everyone.
The filler episode. Yep.
Not filler. Good quality episode.
No, it's a good quality episode.
Just I had no electricity. So we couldn't record.
It was a problem. And it was the run-up to Unequal Sequelizers, and you were
That's true.
elsewhere.
Yeah. I was trying to write our pitch for Gremlins 3. Whoop, whoop.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. We haven't listened to it yet as a recording, so nervous. And also, we did Moana 2.
Oh, Moana 2. That was the other thing.
That Christmas film. And we recorded interview episodes with the ones that came out were with Sean Wilson, which was brilliant, Nathan Darcy Roberts, which was brilliant, and Hugh Davis, which was brilliant.
All brilliant.
And the Unequal Sequelizers episode. That was the end of season 7. Wow.
Yeah. We got to start getting season 8 sorted, right? Because
we do, yeah.
That's only a few months away now.
We do. Did you have a good month? What did you enjoy that one, recording wise? And
I mean, recording wise, podcast wise, I think we had a reasonably good month. I mean, in terms of the sequels we watched, I think Moana was disappointing and Craven was rubbish. But you know, I really enjoyed doing unequal sequelizers, so that made up for it. So yeah, podcast wise, it's been a great month. Life wise, probably not the best month. Don't like getting made redundant. It's not ideal.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk. Oh yeah, that was. Sorry, I just skipped over your redundancy bit. Yeah. I was reading something else. I'm so sorry. Bad friend. But I acknowledged it and came back, and I'm sure. I'm sure everything's going to be fine, and something great is in the future for you.
I will settle for average and pays my bills.
So everyone listen to the podcast. That is another slice.forward/.
Yeah.
Come on. I've also got a speed ticket to pay. So if we could...
Oh, yeah. Dave's been naughty and got a speeding ticket. Oh, dear. Where were you speeding, David?
The M1.
Oh, what? I always think speeding on the motorway is sort of okay.
It would be okay, but it was in one of those sections when they brought the speed down because there was an accident or something. There was no accident and there was nothing on the road. It was just, Just one of those things. One of those things. And I was slowing down when I was coming to the speed camera. I just wasn't slowing down
enough. Yeah.
No one needs to know what happened that fateful morning at 5:15 on December the 11th between junctions
5:15 in the morning. Like, they should just let you off for that.
It's very empty.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway, onwards to emails and comments. Okay, we got one back from Paul. Do you remember last month we were waiting for his Gladiator 2 review because he said he was going to tell us previously.
I do.
Anyway, here it is. It says, morning chaps, as promised earlier in the month, I'm back again with my thoughts on Gladiator 2. Like Dave, I also watched Gladiator again, and before seeing this the following day, I loved the original since moment one when Maximus uttered the great line, at my signal unleash hell. So I've been like a kid waiting for Christmas, waiting for this to hit the big screen. The great thing about art is that there's never a wrong opinion, and whilst I may be a little surprised that you were not entertained, see what I did there, I'm glad you didn't absolutely hate it. I thoroughly enjoyed and agree with Denzel was in fine form. I also agree, unlike the first film, there are no lines from this movie that I can see myself quoted in 20 years' time. And now the next bit is very important for me.
Okay.
I'm also in Dave's camp, having seen both movies back to back, that Gladiator does not give any real hint what the relationship between Maximus and Lucius might be.
It definitely does.
It fucking isn't. Whilst this may be an unequal sequel due to the brilliance of the first movie, I was not less disappointed and definitely thought it was worth catching on the big screen. I do agree with that. Finally, remember what we do in life echoes through eternity. Thanks again for a great podcast.
Cool. Yeah.
I wonder why I read that one out.
Yeah, I wonder why you read that one out, mate. You love one that agrees with you. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you like the movie, Paul. I'm glad. And
thank you for agreeing.
I had a feeling like it'd be one that some people really like, even though I wasn't that enamored with it. Like, yeah. I did. You can see that some people are going to really enjoy it. And I think that's cool.
Also, do you remember a couple of months back we had an email from Alex about the saving the cinema and the future of cinema? And what we would think, what we'd do.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Well, here we go. He's got a reply back. A little time before you pose the question, how can we save our cinemas? I don't have the answers, to be honest, although I like how a cinema near me plays older movies and even does a run of series from time to time. Recently, all the Tobey and Andrew Spider-Man movies. They also played recorded shows of operas. Yeah, that's a thing. Maybe cinemas could do more with live events. Football finals being shown at the cinema could be good. I think the people behind these films need to take less of the gross from the first 2 weeks, not only encouraging movies to be longer, but giving some of the revenue back to cinemas. I don't get to the cinema as much as like to or used to. I work 45 hours a week and have a wife and 2 small children at home. I thought by now I'd be having family trips to the cinema, but my eldest is 6 and autistic, so it's easier to watch it at home.
Oh, I fully feel that, yeah.
Yeah. I've enjoyed listening to the pod and another slice. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real tough one, how to save cinema. I think the idea of kind of movies being in cinema longer potentially is a good one. But also, I absolutely love movies, like cinema showing old movies. Yeah. I think it's amazing. Most of my time going to the cinema when I was younger was to see old movies. like most of the time, was going to see like re-releases of classic movies with my gran, so that, they're not new releases. I didn't watch loads of new releases at the cinema when I was younger. I watched loads of old movies, and I wish there were more cinemas that did that. I think that's
at an affordable rate as well, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. A discounted rate, get people through the door, that would be the way forward. Also, like, if anyone from NBC Universal's listening, I have put my application in for the managing director job. So, that's another way to save cinema. Just give me that job.
Give Rich the job, guys. Be brave.
I mean, that's not going to happen, but
What do you think about, because there has been some cinemas that show like live events and live sporting events. Would that be a place you'd like to see?
I like watching sport on my own because I found that other people were annoying. So
yeah.
I'm not one who likes, unless I'm in the stadium, I prefer to watch sport like at home so that I can listen to what's going on and stuff.
Especially watching it, because we go away with our friends and we watch, and there's always a rugby game or football game on.
Yeah.
And watching rugby with you is great. You know the rules and everything. You can explain things. Watching rugby with those two idiots is not.
Yes,
must
that's
be quite
true.
Frustrating for you.
It's very frustrating watching rugby with people that don't understand it, who keep consistently shouting handball and foul in your ear. I'm bigger than you both. I'm going to slap you.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex, for. We will continue to try and save cinema the best way we can, which is by talking about sequels and slacking the ones off that shouldn't be in cinema. We'll get to them in a minute. This is from Kyle. Hi, guys. I just wanted to share my Spotify Wrapped, as you are my most listened to podcast this year. Woo-hoo! No me fee, I must say, as I've listened to a lot of podcasts because I'm very boring. No, you're not, Kyle. You're brilliant. Some parts of this year have been harder to get through than Sex and the City 2, but listening to you chaps and the brilliant guests this season have helped me get by when I needed some fun escape. In terms of guests the next season, I'm always a fan of podcast crossovers. So any of the lads from the All the Right Moves, Gore Things, he says, don't be put off because it's a horror podcast, or Journey Through the Sci-Fi podcast will make great guests. Keep up the great work, guys. Listening, wishing you a brilliant Christmas and a happy New Year. Firstly, thank you for anyone that got involved and told us that we're in their Spotify Wraps at all. It's always a weird feeling, and we're very appreciative of that. Two, I'm glad we bring some happiness to people, especially you, Carl, and whatever, because that's our main point of view, is to try and entertain people. We don't really think about what we're going to say when we come to do podcasts, which seems to work for us.
Yeah. We're very much a chat with your mates in the pub kind of podcast. We're not a very clever podcast.
No, we're not. Thank you for suggesting guests for next year. I will listen to those podcasts and see if they want to come on.
I think some of our favourites are the podcast guest crossovers as well, right?
It is, yes. And I hope you liked our big podcast crossover with the sequelizers.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a great Christmas as well. Hope everyone does, to be honest. Onwards, my dear friends, to just Blue Sky, Melon Farmer, when we were talking about Dawn of the Dead. It says, good episode. Watch the remake, Rich. It's good, fun. Really wasn't on board with the idea. I'm not a Snyder fan, but I ended up really enjoying it.
Okay. I'll give it a try. I love it's hard for me because I love the original, so it's tough to watch a remake. But yeah, I will watch it.
Someone called Specky Pool from Blue Sky, just catching up with season 7 of one of my favourite podcasts, Unequal Sequel, and the Leslie Byron Pitt episode was brilliant. I thought it was only my brother and I who loved House Party, and no one ever talks about it. So it was great hearing Leslie pick as his dream sequel.
Oh, good. I like it when that happens. I like it that we can bring a bit of, bring some movies back sometimes that you've forgotten about.
That we put out that video on introducing the Unequal Sequelizers episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think it's very funny when people Tom put awesome. And by the way, it's always odd when you finally see the faces behind the voices.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It is weird. You're right. I should have warned someone. This is us. Alex put Simon Pegg and Nick Frost giving a special announcement on an Unequal sequel. I think I'm Pegg.
Yeah, you're definitely Pegg. Yeah, don't forget the camera adds £10, boys.
Be kind.
I love it. I love it that we're Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I will take that every day of the week.
Yeah, that is a nice compliment. I'm thinking early Simon Pegg because that's when he was ginger, to be honest.
True. And Nick Frost is skinny now, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The best things have been the response to the Kraven the Hunter episode.
Okay.
So this is actually interesting.
Really? Hang on. Our best responses have been to the Kraven the Hunter episode.
Well, I think they enjoyed it.
Whoa, okay. The episode must be a lot better than the movie.
This one's interesting because it's from Vila Magnet, I think.
Okay.
I don't know how common knowledge it is to general moviegoers, but yeah, you're right. Sony have to make at least one Spider-adjacent movie every 5 years, or the movie rights revert back to Marvel. Oh. Now they're finally moving forward with a real Spider-Man movie. They can cease this embarrassing charade. I knew it in my head, I just couldn't say it with my lips. For at least a few more years. That worries me. Once this next Spider-Man film's out, they're going to pick up again and ruin the Scorpion and the Vulture and whatnot.
Probably will. Okay, we did think it was something like that, didn't we? Like a rights
thing. It did feel like. It feels very lazy.
Yeah.
Esteban, I am so going to see this movie now. After hearing this review, I want to be exposed to whatever it was that turned Rich into a supervillain of reviewers. It made me hollow with laughter while Dave calmly brought him home. I could almost hear him saying, "The sun's getting real low, big guy."
Okay. No, we've got to say, don't go and watch this movie. Don't go and watch Kraven the Hunter because of us. Honestly, it's bad. It's real bad.
Tom, man, it may not be a bad film, but I'm grateful to Kraven for giving us such an hilarious review with Rich reaching almost commode level of rant. Nathan, are you 12? Which is a great thing.
Oh, I've forgotten how ranty I got. I haven't listened to it back.
It's great. Russ from Russ Loves Movies and Russ from Not Just for Kids podcast, he's put the review of Kraven the Hunter from Unequal Sequel almost makes me want to go and see it.
Oh no, what have we done? We made people want to watch the movie.
Alex on Blue Sky, glad you saw this. I have zero intention of doing so. So that's good.
Good. That's the right answer. We watched it so you don't have to.
Yeah. I think that's everything. Sorry if I missed everything. There was a lot of comments and stuff this month. But I'm glad everyone enjoyed the Kraven the Hunter episode. It is fun. I listened to it back.
I feel a bit embarrassed about what I've said now.
Well, you might have told a 12-year-old to fuck off. And
Oh, no. Well, an actual 12-year-old, right?
We're not quite sure how old Nathan is.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, we don't know who Nathan is, do we? I remember now. Yeah, that was a review on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was ridiculous.
5 stars.
Wrong.
Anyway, let's move on to the news section. So thank you everyone for sending your stuff in. Please send more stuff in for the next month, for your December and whatever we watched in January's and stuff. Or even if you're catching up with episodes and you want to say something about a really old episode, because there are people that are going through the seasons 1, 2, 3, all our old reviews. It's mad when I can see people listening to old reviews. So if you have something to say, send them in. We will read them and hopefully read them out. So thank you for that. Let's move on to movie news, Rich.
Learn from the world's best all in one place with Masterclass, the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 of the world's best. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. Head over to masterclass.com/Spotify for the current offer. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/Spotify.
We have one more act for you this evening. I don't even need to say his name. Mr. Bob Dylan.
A Complete Unknown is now a Golden Globe and Critics' Choice nominee for Best Picture.
Bobby, what do you want to be?
Whatever it is they don't want me to be.
Timothée Chalamet astonishes as Bob Dylan in one of the best performances of the year.
Through the bumps of dime in your prime.
And critics rave Edward Norton is absolutely fantastic.
70,000 people are here, and Bobby is the reason for it.
They just want me singing Blowing in the Wind for the rest of my life.
Don't miss the movie critics are hailing 5 stars.
To the onion!
It's pure cinematic magic.
Turn it down!
Play loud!
And named to AFI and the National Board of Review's top 10 films of the year.
Make some noise, BD. Track some mud on the carpet.
A Complete Unknown. Now playing only in theaters. Rated R. Under 17 and admitted without parent.
With Uber Reserve, good things come to those who plan ahead. Family vacay? Reserve your ride as soon as you book your flights. To all the planners, now you can reserve your Uber ride up to 90 days in advance. See Uber app for details.
Sequel news. It always throws me when you say movie news because it's sequel news.
Oh, it's sequel news. You're right. Sequel news. There is quite a lot, so strap in for this month, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to do this in no particular order, so some of it we do talk about trailers and stuff. So apparently there is a new Mummy movie coming from Evil Dead Rise director Lee Cronin and Blumhouse.
Okay.
Now, I think this doesn't mean like the Brendan Fraser The Mummy movie.
No. No.
Which I was hoping for when I
Not from Blumhouse. Like.
It is the classic, the Tom Cruise Mummy story.
Hopefully not, because that's bad.
They recently done The Invisible Man, which is great, very good, and Wolfman is coming out in January. So I'm guessing this is just the next step of that. Lee Cronin did a brilliant job of Evil Dead Rise, even though it is scary and bloody. Me and Rich both quite enjoyed it.
Still can't think about cheese graters in the same way.
Cheese graters. So that's. Are you looking forward? Are you enjoying these three?
I haven't
monster
seen
movies
any, to
coming
be
back?
honest, mate, so I can't really tell you.
Oh, watch The Invisible Man. It's really good.
Is it?
Really good, yeah. And the trailer for Wolfman looks good. And when it came on the cinema the other day, my wife was like, that is one I'm not watching. You can go to that alone. I was like, okay, good to know. Next one up is Sonic 3's out while we talk, and we may have seen it at this point. We're not quite sure, but we are doing a review in early January. They've already confirmed Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Really? Wow.
Set to release in 2027. So,
okay.
Sequel has legs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that depends on how the Sonic 3 performs, right? Because they announce stuff and then they cancel it all the time, don't they? So,
that is true.
Yeah.
They do break hearts a lot of the time. They must be pretty sure that it's going to be successful. And, the cast seem to be having a good time. And I think people know what kind of film it is. Some of the critics don't. I did read one critic of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and gave it 2 stars. And I was like, and then a lot of other ones giving it 4 stars and stuff. So shouldn't have told you that because you want to go in with a...
Yeah. I mean, I want... Yeah. I've not watched... Yeah, I don't read critic reviews or anything before I watch a movie.
But anyway, as long as it's aimed at kids... And it's, we all know it's not Godfather Part 2, and it's a little fun and silly and makes sense a little bit, and it brings joys. It's one of those movies. It'd be good. So
just don't be boring. That's the big thing.
That's a big thing for that. At least we're staying in business until 2027 then. Have you watched any of the big trailers over the last few days? So Superman, James Gunn's trailer got released and has done very well.
I have broken my rule and watched the Superman trailer. Because everyone has been talking about it. So I did watch it.
Thoughts?
I think it looks all right. I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
It's using, again, John Williams' score in a electric guitar-y way, which I quite enjoyed. He looks like Superman.
Yeah.
It's got Crypto the dog in there as well.
I know. I quite like that. I was pretty happy about that.
But it's a film, and it looks great. The flying scenes look really good. Some of the action scenes look really good. I'm really optimistic about James Gunn's Superman film. It kind of gave me those Superman tingles.
Yeah.
And most importantly for me, which I'm very excited about, it looks like it's got good Clark Kent scenes. So I want more of the bumbling idiot kind of thing.
100%.
Great.
100%.
So excited for that. That's coming out in 2025. Next up, next trailer, the Karate Kid Legends trailer.
I have not watched this trailer. No.
Are you going
to watch this trailer? I'm too scared to watch the trailer, Dave, because I need this movie to be good. I need it.
It teams up the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie with the original Karate Kid movie and the Cobra Kai movies with Ralph Macchio, whatever his name is.
Ralph Macchio, yeah, okay, good.
I was wondering if you've seen it yet, but if you haven't and you don't want to watch it.
And I don't want to, I just need the movie to be really, really good because I love Karate Kid. I really love it.
I didn't finish Cobra Kai. Were you happy with how that ended?
It hasn't ended yet. There's 6 more episodes coming.
Oh, okay. I thought
so the season's been done in 3 parts.
Oh,
so there's still like 6 more episodes. So it hasn't ended yet. It gets a bit teen drama-y. I think it's great early doors. And then
I found it too teen genre in season 2, to be honest.
I'm sticking with it, but it's a bit too teen drama-y for me.
Okay.
However, what I will say is the Karate Kid franchise is a franchise that gives me lots of joy. Don't get me wrong, the next Karate Kid is bad, but
it's bad.
There's a lot of joy to be had in there. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping.
Well, that's coming out on the 30th of May 2025, so it's going to come soon.
Yeah.
So be prepared. Another trailer that you're very excited about, and I know you have seen, is the 28 Years Later trailer.
God, 2025 has the potential to be the best year or absolutely break my heart into lots of pieces. Because these are two, like Karate Kid, 28 Days Later, they are movies that mean so much to me. Like, I cannot explain how excited I am for 28 Years Later. I'm still gutted. Good trailer. Still gutted we didn't get 28 months later, but I'm parking that. 28 Years Later, I can't wait. I'm so excited. The trailer looks so good.
Oh, God, imagine this.
Oh, God, please let it be good.
Did you even try not to watch the trailer? Because I know you try and not watch trailers for
no, I didn't.
favourite things.
I didn't. I knew as soon as the trailer came out, I knew I had to watch it. Like, it was too exciting.
Okay, good to know. Well, that's coming out on the June the 20th, 2025. Rich is nervous. And that brings me on to the next bit of news, which is they're already 7 months later. They've already announced the sequel to 28 Years Later. And it's called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, dated for January 2026.
What? That seems too quick.
Well, this is it's going to be directed by Nia DaCosta, and it will arrive just 7 months later than the 28 Years Later.
Oh, that makes me really worried. I don't like that.
It's all going to be maybe one big story, or is 28 Years Later going to end that trilogy, and this starts a new trilogy?
Maybe.
You're like, I bring you so much joy. I'm like, here's one thing, yay!
Oh, now I'm worried.
Well, at the moment it's penciled in for January the 16th, 2026.
Okay.
And that is very rare for us to get a sequel in January. So
January is not normally a good time for movie releases.
No.
They normally put the shit in January. So hopefully that's not the case.
No. Some quick Scream 7 news. Courtney Cox will reprise Gail Weathers' role in season Scream 7.
Okay.
Also coming back to Scream 7 is Mason Goodin, who plays the twin brother, the annoying twin brother.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
And McKenna Grace has joined the cast as well.
Oh, okay. All right. I suppose they've got to replace like their outgoing cast that they've got rid of for
which they sacked.
Very, very thin reasons.
Yep, not good. But we'll watch it because that's what we do. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will be directed by I can't even pronounce this person's name. Bob Persichetti and Justin K.
I guarantee
Thompson.
100% that's not how you say his name.
Persichetti.
Hang on. I need to see it written down. So do we not know when this is happening yet?
No, they've only just announced the directors to it.
Okay. And what's it called? Beyond the Spider-Verse?
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Bob Persichetti.
Bob Persichetti.
Persichetti.
So we've finally got some traction and movement on the closer out of that Spider-Verse trilogy after Across the Spider-Verse, which left ending with such a big tease, and it's such a brilliant film, and hopefully these guys carry it on.
So he directed Into the Spider-Verse, right? Bob Persichetti.
Did he?
Yes. So that's
fingers crossed.
And he also did the voice of the cat that goes, oh, in
really?
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So,
Well, there you go. Next bit of news. I don't know if this is sequel news, but there is a Bluey the movie is happening.
Oh, okay. I've never watched Bluey. My son is just a bit too old for Bluey, but I do know a lot of parents who are big Bluey fans.
A lot of adults seem to love Bluey as well. I watched a few episodes with my nieces.
I think Bluey's the new Dougie.
I don't even know what Dougie is.
Dougie was my son's thing that parents could watch as well.
Okay. Rolling on. Again, we're going to get Wafer Finn on if this is happening. Amy Heckerlin is working on a new Look Who's Talking project.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Look Who's Talking. Look Who's Talking 2. And Look Who's Talking Now. I would say one of them is good.
Yeah.
Just about good.
I think one of them is okay.
Which is going to be tough to do because Kirstie Alley's sadly passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Willis was the voice in the child's head, so you can't have him back.
No.
And that leaves John Travolta.
Ew.
Really? Maybe it's just time for a remake there, to be honest.
I think it needs to be.
I remember they rushed out the sequel there's a story about they rushed out the sequel very quickly. Next bit of media news quickly. Jennifer Love Hewitt confirmed to return in I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing. It's happening.
All right.
I thought I Know What You Did Last Summer was great. The sequel, which I think was called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Not great.
No.
But
what are they going to call this one? I Remember What You Did 10 Summers Ago.
I think they're just going to do what Scream did and just keep it Scream. As in,
okay.
they're just going to rename it I Know What You Did Last Summer. And be one of those annoying sequels that just keeps the same name. Also, rumours. Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro are in return in Meet the Parents sequel.
Oh, we don't need that. I really dislike those movies. Yeah.
All of them?
Well, the first one is fine. The rest
I like the first one. I find there's some fun in the second one.
I'm not even sure I like the first one, actually, thinking about it.
Oh, I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Exactly. That's
funny.
I don't
funny
like
stuff.
that. I don't like it. It's cringy, and I'm not a fan.
Well, let's see what happens to that because I don't really believe it. Quickly, Violent Night 2 looks set for 2025 shoot. Have you watched Violent Night 1 with David Harbour? No, or have I? But it's happening. I keep meaning to watch it every year, and it still don't happen. Next bit of news: Man vs. Baby. Rowan Atkinson returning to Netflix for slapstick Man vs. Bee sequel.
I thought you said Man vs. Baby for a second. Then I was like waiting for a Matt Coyne thing.
That's what it's called. Atkinson is returned to Netflix for sequel series Man vs. Baby.
Okay, so it's not a Matt Coyne Man vs. Baby.
Nope.
It's okay.
It's the Rowan Atkinson. I haven't watched Man vs. Bee on Netflix.
No, me neither. I find Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson doing that sort of stuff really very cringy. I hate it. I can't watch it. Makes me feel bad inside.
He's house sitting and a bee.
Yeah, and he's basically Mr. Bean, isn't he? Right?
Yes, and he destroys the house by trying to get rid of the bee.
Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
They're slated. The next Evil Dead film is called Evil Dead Burn and set for 2026. We're going to have to be big, brave boys again.
It's going to be really good, and I'm going to really hate being there, but understand that it's a good movie.
So, like we said, Lee Cronin isn't coming back to this one.
Oh, okay.
Evil Dead Rise. It is Evil Dead Rise is set to be the next chapter in the saga, and once again we have a new director stepping in to make it. French director Sébastien Vansky has landed the job, having made his feature debut with the movie Infested.
Oh, okay.
Vansky has also co-written the script of the new film alongside of Florent Bernard.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know if they'll carry on where the last one's left, or if they're going to, tell someone finds another book or recording and shit goes tits up again. We'll see. But, I like Evil Dead films. I think they're funny and gory, and I really enjoyed Rise. So now we're on to Burn. We'll see. Every day is positive. Last bit of news. Apparently Face Off 2 is still happening. Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are still involved.
Really? Okay.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll believe it when I'm sat in the cinema ready to watch it.
Thinking, Jesus, I'm about to see Nicolas Cage and John Travolta do another Face Off movie. Don't know what's going to happen there, but...
Can't. see it really, but hey, who knows?
But hey, that's all the sequel news. So
quite a lot of news, dude.
It was a busy month. People, I think lots of companies set out their tentpole movies for next year and the year beyond. So it's exciting. Shall we move on to next one? Is sequels that we've seen. So that's me. So sequels that we've seen. Sequels that we've seen. Na sequels that we've seen.
This is an easy one because other than stuff I watched for the podcast, none.
Well, as it's Christmas, I have watched Home Alone 2.
Okay, nice.
And I still think it's better than Home Alone 1.
It's not.
It is, and I will fight anyone that disagrees with me.
You know where I live. Come over and fight.
It is a top quality sequel. It still makes me chuckle and laugh, and every time Harry gets hit with a brick, it really brings joy to my life.
Okay. It's not as good as the first one, though.
It is better than the first one. I think there's a small club of us that think that. There's not many of us.
Very small club. Like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, not many of us, but it is a solid club. So if you are one of these people that thinks Home Alone 2, let me know and we'll start some kind of clubhouse somewhere and we can just meet there every third month.
Throw bricks at each other or something, yeah.
Oh, plastic bricks. Because that man will definitely have brain hemorrhages and be dead by the end of that film, I think.
True.
The only other thing I can say, can I talk about prequels here? Prequels?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. I have watched Gremlins 2. Does that count? So
yes, I watched Gremlins 2 as well. That does count.
We watched it for the Unequal Sequelizers, didn't we? So
we did.
Yeah,
and
so that
it's
counts.
Great. It's not as good
as the first one.
No,
it's mad. It's mad. Yeah.
I forgot that it wasn't a Christmas film at all.
No,
I always thought Gremlins 1 and 2 were both Christmas films.
No.
The second one is definitely not. We both watched the Key and Peele sketch beforehand.
Yes,
and it nails that film.
It's in the
brilliantly. It's in the movie brilliantly with the spider one and the electrical one, and we're going to put Hulk Hogan in it and all kinds of madness. It is a silly, fun film. I do wonder how other people feel about it. The masses.
It's really stupid, but it's fun, like you say. You get away with a lot of stuff when things are fun.
And Gizmo's still super cute.
Yeah.
And I love it.
But yeah. Prequel, though.
The week that we released our disenfranchised episode of last year's The Holiday, which, by the way, I know it wasn't a sequel news, but Nancy Myers had a meet-up with Jude Law. And they kind of, I don't know if it's just a big tease or if they're having a bit of fun. Did you watch it?
I did see it where she sort of hints at him. Yeah, she sort of says, "You up for a holiday sequel?"
And then he does Mr. Napkin Head.
Mr. Napkin Head thing. Yeah.
And I think that's the sequel, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think they will get around to having an actual sequel. Anyway, we were meant to do Wicked, the prequel to Wizard of Oz, the musical show. Rich didn't have time to go and see it because it is 3 hours long and he was having an awful week with electrics in his house.
I had no electricity. I wouldn't be able to record anyway because I had no electricity.
I did go and see Wicked because I kind of wanted to see what all the buzz was about and what everyone was going on about. And I like musicals. I love musicals. I quite often find myself listening to Magic at the Musicals while I do the washing up in the evening. It's my go-to thing. So I was interested. I don't know anything about Wicked before I watched it. I don't know the storyline or anything. I do know the Defying Gravity song, obviously. And I watched some of the marketing with Cynthia Erivo and Anne-Marie, I can't say her name, Ariana Grande. She sounds like she sounds like a cappuccino I would order from Starbucks.
Okay.
And it's a bit too much for me, their marketing. But I have to say, I really enjoyed Wicked Part 1. So you have to watch it at some point because next year there is a Part 2.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I do plan to watch it. I just didn't have
I know. But you have to find 3 hours of your time as well, Rich, to squeeze it in. They're really good. It takes it, for me, it took a little bit of a while to settle. Like I was watching Moulin Rouge again. You know, the first 10 minutes of Moulin Rouge is a little bit crazy and a bit out there. I felt this was kind of similar, but the movie really grew on me, and those two are really great in it. Like the chemistry wise and the singing, really great. Like the musical numbers, really enjoyed it. I had a big smile on my face for a lot of times. I didn't get emotional at any point. I've seen a lot of people get emotional towards the ending and stuff. And the big finish is very good. It's bombastic. The defying gravity bit is probably the highlight of the movie. Jeff Goldblum is great, I think, as the wizard. Boo, hiss, boo, hiss.
Okay.
The schools are wonderful. Jonathan Bailey's in there, and I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it, which was good. And I it connected with me. Did I absolutely love it? No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
But it is a strong out of 7. What should I think about it? It is a strong 4, maybe 4.5 out of 7.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the better prequel sequels I've watched this year, and I did listen to a few of the numbers when I got home and the soundtrack and stuff. So that's always a good thing when it comes to musicals. And yeah, I can see it doing quite well during the award season. I'd be surprised if those two aren't up for maybe actresses. I don't know which one's what's the word? A supporting.
Okay.
And which one's the main? Because I think it's a 2-piecer. A little bit, but it'll do well doing the Golden Globes. You know that
the Golden Globes.
That comedy / musical entry. I think it might, that weird thing. But yeah, I would recommend it, Rich. I'm going to be interested to see what you think. It felt nice watching that kind of movie at the cinema, to be honest. And it was very busy. It's been busy for a few weeks. I tried to watch it on the first weekend when it came out, and I couldn't get a seat anywhere.
Oh, really?
It was really busy.
Yeah, I still sort of want to go and watch it in the cinema, but
it was fun to watch it with an audience. But I don't know. It'll be on for a while. I can see there was a big debate about if people will go along and watch and sing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that quickly?
I don't mind if they want to sing along. It's fine. I'm not a big fan of it personally, but it's their experience too.
But if it's a sing-along version...
If it's a sing-along version, then you know what you're getting. Like, go for it. Yeah, go for it. But yeah, I mean, it was one I thought, should I wait for it to come out on streaming? But it's going to be in the cinema for a while. I'm going to have some time.
You are going to have some time, Yeah. You can go to Silver Club, whatever it's called, with all the old people and get a tea and a biscuit. Yeah. That's my dream. Oh, wow. I'm so jealous. Okay. Let's talk on other movies that we've seen. So,
the holidays are back at Starbucks, and there's so much to share. With classics like Caramel Brulee Latte, Peppermint Mocha, and Chestnut Praline Latte, we're celebrating everyone's flavor of festivity. Order yours in the app.
Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, FDA approved for over 20 years. So, talk to your specialist to see if Botox Cosmetic is right for you.
For full prescribing information, including boxed warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Remember to ask for Botox Cosmetic by name. To see for yourself and learn more, visit BotoxCosmetic.com. That's BotoxCosmetic.com.
Future you faces some big expectations. Work out more, go to bed earlier, and most importantly, make smart money decisions. Thankfully, today you has Bank of America. One place with tools and guidance to help balance tasks from budgeting to saving. So you can just be you. With big plans. Do more with a bank that asks, what would you like the power to do? Explore our tips and more at bankofamerica.com/futureyou.
Movie Club.
It is December, so let's see what we've watched.
I can't remember. Did I talk about Kneecap in the last episode?
No, you did not talk about Kneecap.
Right,
in the last
I know
episode.
what I've not. Yeah. Okay, good. So we can talk about that then. So now that's put me where I've where we recorded.
Yes.
So me and my wife had my son stayed at his grandma's house, And so we had a night off, and we watched 3 movies.
Oh my God, what did you watch?
So we watched Woman of the Hour, we watched Kneecap, and we watched Lars and the Real Girl.
Wow, that's a mixture.
Yeah, we wanted to do a mixture. We wanted to kind of shake it up a little bit. But also that day when my son was here in the daytime, we watched that An Almost Christmas Story, the one that you said about last time.
Oh, it's delightful, right? The 20-minute
it's
thing.
Lovely. Yeah, it's nice little 20 minutes. Kept him engaged. You know, that's his kind of attention span. So yeah, he liked that.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's lovely. But yeah, A Woman of the Hour, Kneecap, Lars and the Real Girl, all good movies.
Yeah,
enjoyed all 3. Think Kneecap is a standout. We absolutely enjoyed it, and my wife is now addicted to Irish language rap music.
Really?
Yeah.
I over the last few weeks, I haven't watched Kneecap in its entirety, okay, but I have seen a lot of Kneecap because I keep having to do it at work. I've watched, I would say, most of it. I think and agree, it looks outstanding.
It's really good.
I now in that period, and it's just on Amazon Video, so people should go and watch it. It's now in that period when I have to forget I've seen it, not in its the right way round and stuff, so I can enjoy it. But I can imagine I've heard it's going to be up for best foreign film at the Oscars.
Should be,
which will be really fun to see those guys there,
yeah,
and stuff like that. And it did very well at the BIFAs the other day, which is the British Independent Film Awards. It'll be interesting to see what he does at the BAFTAs. But yeah, for 3 people I don't think acted before.
Yes, they're the 3 guys in the band. They've never acted before.
Really good.
Yeah, really good.
It's a lot of fun. It's very rude.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. It's definitely a grown-up film. It's not one to watch with your kids.
Oh, no.
But I have watched another couple of movies because it's Christmas and talking about kids and stuff. So I watched Wonka and Arthur Christmas with my son. You know, but I also watched Wolves. Not Wolves, Wolves. The
Apple one.
TV. Yeah, George Clooney, Brad Pitt number. And it's fine. It's all right.
The one that the director cancelled the sequel because he didn't like how the film was treated because they got promised a big cinema release, and then Apple went, nope.
Really? Oh, okay. I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay. Like, I would have. Like, it's not the best film I've watched this year, but it's nice to see those 2 guys have got chemistry. It's relatively fun. Like, yeah, it's a bit stupid in places, but yeah, it's all right.
Good.
It's worth a watch if you've got Apple TV.
There's a lot of good stuff on Apple TV. Did we talk about Woman of the Hour I watched last month and thought it was good? Good start for Anna Kendrick as a film, but it doesn't quite...
Yeah, again, I'd say similar. It's good. It's fine. It's not amazing. It didn't blow me away. I felt like it was just lacking a little bit. Like it was just missing something. Like, you know, it needed just a little bit more.
I think it was missing focus somewhere.
Yeah. But also, I did come out of it, like I do a lot of things at the moment, being like, fucking men are fucking awful.
We are awful.
We are just
the worst.
Like, everything in the news and stuff at the moment, I'm just like, what is going on with men at the moment? Like, honestly. Yeah. I said to our friend Hannah the other day about, like, this, we were talking about, like, Andrew Tate, this alpha thing, and then I was like, I'd rather be a beta than a cunt.
Yeah. Me too. Anyway, I watched a lot of Christmas films this month.
Oh, nice.
The ones I watched, first time I've ever watched White Christmas, which I know you love.
I do love White Christmas. It's one of my absolute favourites.
I love Bing Crosby. That was a great film.
I mean, not a nice man in real life, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bad man.
Oh.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it? But yeah, not a nice person. But like so many people, unfortunately, not a good dude.
And then I've watched all the classics so far, like The Muppet Christmas Carol, The Grinches, The Holiday, Spirited, Deck the Halls, Holiday Inn, Klaus, Jingle All the Way.
I have also watched Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's still brilliant. Love Actually I've watched, The Christmas Chronicles I've watched, After Christmas I've watched. But the one I want to talk about quickly is I rewatched It's a Wonderful Life for only the second time in my life.
Great, right?
And the first time I did not connect with it, and I thought, what's everyone talking about? How people love this film. I must have been in a different place, because when I watched it again the other day, I was like, I get it now. It's fucking great.
It is great. It gets better the older you get, I think, as well. I think you understand George Bailey more as you get older. Like, maybe you were too young when you watched it the first time.
Maybe. Right. But now I get it. and I like Clarence, his little friend. I like the story. I think it looks great. I think everyone's really good in it. And yeah, I get why it's a now Christmas staple film that everyone watches every year.
Yeah. It's one that's, I don't watch it every year, but I do try and watch it sort of, yeah.
It's one of those films that has so much happiness and so much sadness in one film.
It does, yeah, totally.
It's brilliantly done. But I'm just letting everyone know I'm with you all on thinking that it's a great film.
Good.
I haven't watched anything else really new because I'm trying to do a Christmas film a night with my wife. I watched If at the end of last month, the Ryan Reynolds, John Klinsky film.
I can't remember if we talked about that or not.
I don't think we did.
I mean, I saw it, so we talked about it. I think when I
it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah,
I'd say nice.
It's nice. It's fine. It's If you've got kids, they might like it.
There you go. Let's move on to TV Club then, Rich.
Ooh, TV Club.
I'm just going to get this. I have literally watched nothing because I've spent my time either watching Christmas films or editing a podcast or working. Or the only other thing I'm rewatching now, I've started Taskmaster again from the start. And I know I mentioned it last time, the end of last roundup, but it still brings me so much happiness. Like yesterday, for one bit, I was really sad and down because of the speeding ticket. And I put on Taskmaster and it instantly cheered me up. It's my go-to show for that kind of thing now. Apart from that, I don't think I've watched anything else.
I don't think I've watched tons. Most of my stuff's been on Apple TV because I've been watching Shrinking, which is amazing. I've been watching Bad Sisters, which I also really like. And I've been watching Silo, which I like the first series, but the second one is feeling kind of, I don't know, it's just too miserable. It's just feeling really miserable, and I don't really want it. I'm not there for it at the minute. So I've stuck with it, sort of, but I'm not kind of...
They've just announced it's been renewed for 2 more series.
That's it.
And it's going to end with season 4.
Okay.
So there you go.
Fair enough.
There's your end goal.
Hopefully get a little cheers up a little bit. Maybe.
Okay.
It's quite miserable at the moment. I've started. I've only watched the first episode so far of the Skeleton Crew, the Disney Star Wars one with Jude Law in.
Is it good?
The first episode I really like. It's very kind of Stranger Things vibe. You know, it's kids in the Star Wars universe. It's a different type of Star Wars universe, and I'm there for that. And first episode quite liked.
Oh yeah, I watched the first episode of The Acolytes.
The Acolyte, yeah.
That first episode's really good.
I think the series is good. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but
and got cancelled.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a shame it's been cancelled. I think there's some interesting stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I'm going to carry on, but yeah, it's been a slow month, and because Christmas is always Christmas movies.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I've also started watching The Day of the Jackal as well.
Apparently it's excellent.
So I've only watched one episode. I've only just started. But yeah, it looks excellent. I think I'm going to watch a lot of TV and movies over the next month or so whilst doing job applications.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think you are as well, buddy. Something to look forward to. It's the dream.
Yeah. Well,
my dream is sometimes just to turn into Grandpa Joe from Charlie Chong. Willy Wonka, just be able to live in the bed.
Okay.
Anyway, what's coming up? What's coming up in the cinema?
Oh.
How do we feel about that?
It's getting there. It's getting there.
As ever, January is always there's no sequels. There's no sequels.
No. But, we're going to do... Well, there's some sequels for us, though, right?
We're going to cover, after this, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Mufasa, the Lion King story, which is a prequel of that. So they'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Prequel.
Yep. And then we're doing the big yearly roundup, wrap-up thing, where we look behind and then look forward of 2026. And then we may rank the rubbish Spider-Verse universe.
Not the Spider-Verse.
Not the Spider-Verse.
Sony...
Spunk or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Spider-Man villain universe. Yeah.
And then we're closing up. But other films coming out, there is the Nosferatu remake.
Nosferatu, yeah. We could do an Unequal remake.
There are talks of an Unequal remake, so maybe we can squeeze that in as well.
Yeah, I'm down for Nosferatu. That'd be fine.
It looks great. We Live in Time, the Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh film.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks interesting. Saw a big poster for that in cinema the other day.
Yep. Baby Girl, starring Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickerson.
Nope, not heard that one.
A Complete Unknown, the Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, yeah, that's February though, isn't it? Is that
January the 17th?
Oh, it's January. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. I like a biopic.
Of Bob
Dylan.
There we go. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name then. Also coming out in the UK, I think it's come out in America ages ago, is the Tom Hanks film with Robin Wright called Here, which is all filmed in one position, one location, and it just goes through the year.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure the camera moves.
Interesting.
So, it's done by Robert Zemeckis. So it's a whole team up. Also out is Wolfman, what we talked about earlier. There is a new Emmanuel film.
Like the porny one?
Yeah. The softcore, the blue movie.
Yeah.
We say?
Bit of blue for the dads.
The Brutalist, I think it's called The Brutalist, is a big awards film that everyone's banging on about, and it's very long. It's got Adrian Brody in it. It's got an interval in it, apparently.
Is it about 1960s architecture that uses far too much concrete?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. There's other films, something called September the 5th, which looks good. Flight Risk, the new Mel Gibson movie with Mark Wahlberg in it.
Yeah, nah. We saw a trailer for that, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, I can miss that, I think.
Yep. There is the Saturday Night Live comedy film that's coming out from...
Did you say there's a film called September the 5th that's coming out in February?
Yes.
Why is it not coming out in September?
It's about it actually looks quite good. During the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, Germany, an American sports broadcasting team must adapt to live coverage covering the Israeli athletes being held hostage by a terrorist group. So they're like the only ones that stayed on air and stuff like that. So
right, gotcha.
Looks good. Okay. But that's all that's coming out in January, and then it's on to February, and we don't look into February yet. So, but quite busy. We know we've got a plan this year, which is good for this time. So we know kind of where we're going.
Yeah.
Hopefully we all get it done. Also, A Real Pain is out. I know you want to see that with Kieran Culkin and Jesse.
I do want to see that. Yeah, I think that looks interesting.
It looks good. Anyway, that's all that's coming out. Rich, can you let them know about us and that stuff?
Yeah. It's weird to be doing the last one of 2024.
It's
been a roller coaster of a year this year, but thank you for joining us. And if this is the first episode you've listened to, you're missing out. There's loads. You go back years to listen to this nonsense. But if you do that, hit the subscribe button, hit the auto download button, and we'll drop into your pod player of choice every single week. Please do not forget to rate us. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts, because we would really like to become certified Rotten Tomato critics, and we need 200 ratings to get there. 200 5-star ratings to get to that point. So please, we think that would be funny. Just because our rating out of 7 would mess with the algorithm. I like that. So please do that if you can. If you really love us, you want to hear more from us, then join us over on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month you can join our subscription service and become one of our super special slicers. You'll get loads of extra podcasts and loads of extra love from us because they're just our favourites. We're going to thinking of doing some more stuff over on Another Slice at some point in the next year or so. So there'll be more stuff coming. So you want to get in there quick while it's only $2.99.
Ooh.
Yeah, bargains for you. So do that while you can. I know Christmas is over, but maybe you got some Christmas money. Maybe you want to, spend it on a little podcast. Yeah. If that's not your thing, then just join us on social media. We're on all of them. Unequal Sequel on all the social medias. Get in touch. Let us know what you thought of the movies we watched this year. We'll read out any of your comments in the next end of month roundup, which will be in January. Also just spread the word a little bit on social media for us. Copy us in stuff, link us to things. Tell your friends. Tell everyone you can about us. We really appreciate that. We also have an email address, unequalsequel@hotmail.com. Send us emails. Let us know what you thought. We'll read them out. We also have a website now, www.unequalsequel.com, and join us over there, and we can make that website a thing. I'm going to start putting news and movie reviews.
That's a great thing to do with your time. You're going to come.
I know, right? I know. I'm going to start making the website a thing.
It'd be really annoying. We have these plans, and you're like, oh, then he gets a job, then he ruins it by getting an actual job and has to pay his own.
Yeah. It would be nice. But it'd be nice for my bank balance to have an actual job.
Yes,
but,
it would.
It's going to also be nice to have time to do things. So
yeah. Okay. Good job. Good job. Well done. Thank you, everyone, that's got in contact and listened throughout 2024. We really can't believe that anyone truly listens to us. And it is always a surprise when people do listen to us.
We're a good podcast.
I know. I think we're a good podcast. This is a fun
listen, man. I listen to lots of podcasts, and we are fun.
We are fun.
Nice.
We know how hard it is to get people to make that initial listen, though.
Yeah, true.
Because as an independent podcast, it is very hard to make any kind of movement or ground or noise in a very cluttered market of, I'm about to say annoying celebrities doing pointless podcasts, but that's not what I mean.
Isn't it?
Some of them. But, thank you for listening. It is a goodbye from me, so it's a bye-bye, and a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one, sequel to this one, which is going to be in 2025. Have a great week. Have a great new year, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Nice work, dude.
2025, man.
Try not to slag off celebrities too much. We might need them as guests.
No, they're good celebrities. The ones we get on are the ones we like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'm talking about the dickheads.
There's plenty of them.
There's plenty of them.